This American woman killed 300 people in a single day. In 1949, in the quiet little town of Goobersville, Indiana, a woman named Aileen G. Annis worked as a lunch lady at Sunnydale High School. For over 20 years, she served students and teachers alike, wearing a warm smile and a faded apron with little cartoon apples stitched into the pockets. To everyone, she was just Miss Aileen, the sweet, quiet lady who made the best mashed potatoes in the county. But no one really knew her. Behind her pale blue eyes and gentle laugh was something broken, something rotten. On a rainy Monday in October of 1949, Aileen came to work as usual. But that day, she brought with her something else, a colorless, odorless poison, mixed carefully into the school's water supply. It wasn't fast acting, but it didn't need to be. By noon, students and teachers alike began collapsing. First nausea, then trembling, then silence. The hospital overflowed. The town fell into chaos. People screamed. Parents ran to the school, crying out for their children, but the doors were locked. Aileen had locked them from the inside. Meanwhile, she walked out the back kitchen door, humming a lullaby to herself, her face calm, her shoes soaked in rainwater, and something else, darker. By the end of the day, 352 people were dead. An entire generation of Goobersville had been wiped out. When the police finally found her hours later, she was in her modest farmhouse just a few blocks away, baking cookies and listening to a radio broadcast about the massacre. When they asked her why, she only smiled and said, "I was saving them from the pain of living." At first, it was believed to be a spontaneous act of madness. But when investigators searched her house, they discovered journals, dozens of them, hidden beneath the floorboards. Her small, precise handwriting told a much darker story. She had planned everything down to the hour. The poison recipe, stolen quietly over the years from discarded medical documents, the timing of the delivery. The day itself, it was the anniversary of her own daughter's death, a girl who had died mysteriously in 1929 after drinking from a school water fountain. Aileen had been waiting 20 years to balance the scales. The town was never the same, but the horror didn't end there. 1954, the second discovery. 5 years later, on the exact date of the massacre, police received an anonymous letter. It was written in what looked like a child's handwriting on yellowed paper, and it said only, "She's still here, they're all still here, check the walls." The sender was never identified. Skeptical but curious, authorities returned to Aileen's abandoned home. The property had been untouched since her arrest. Dust coated everything. The air inside was heavy, like the house itself had been holding its breath.